Crucify the flesh. And those who are Christ have crucified the flesh with its passions and lusts. Galatians 5:24. Whoever belongs to Christ does not live in the flesh, dominated by unbridled desires. Galatians 5:16. On the contrary, he who, despite the sayings of Christ, does not dominate himself and makes his mind the devil's playground, urgently needs to seek liberation. If his flesh still directs his steps, he takes his eyes to see what he shouldn't, to think of the forbidden, and to wish for the wrong things. The devil is alive and is his true master, but he needs to be crucified with his passions and lusts, because that is the only way it will be possible to lead a life of spiritual independence that will please the Lord. Do a spiritual self-examination and see how your life has been in the past few months. If you have been tempted to desire things that the world forbids, you are not walking as the Father wishes. Whoever lives in the flesh, peppered by sensual passions and full of filthy desires, is certainly being guided by the enemy and living outside the presence of the Most High. Consequently, that person may, at any time, surprise his people with the news that he has sinned. This way of living proves that she is already trapped in the webs of sin. The Christian has to dominate himself. If he gave in to temptation in his mind, and it became a lair for the spirits of moral filth to nest, he needs liberation. Therefore, he does not play with his relationship with God. Living, desiring the sinful, burning with filthy passions, will make anyone easy prey for the evil one to use whenever he wants. This is more serious than anyone could imagine. Who has been directing your steps, commanding your eyes, and handling your heart? When the Holy Spirit guides a person, he goes through life without even paying attention to the satanic temptations around him. Meat cannot dictate norms for those who, in fact, were born again. Because if this happens, it, like a pig that has been washed, will roll again in the mud of the old pigsty. 2 Peter 2:22. If you want to go through life without being dominated by the flesh, then you need to crucify it. Carnal passions remove anyone from the presence of God. Great saints of the Lord, for example, did not watch, and as a consequence, fell into the traps of hell. The damage was enormous, and many of them never managed to get up. The only remedy for not becoming easy prey in the hands of Satan is to escape evil, crucify the flesh and its voracious appetite. It doesn't pay to see what will happen to you. The popular saying goes, whoever plays with fire gets burned. So, fight to please God, and you will see how rewarding it is.